Chugga 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 chugga. All aboard your tech news, games, and deals caboose. First up, we have some Xiaomi foldable phone that was leaked a little while ago, but now we get to see the president actually using it, as well as some hot water topics with Apple's MacBook Pro Flexgate and AMD with what is a CPU core. So let's jump into some foldable phones. This is the Xiaomi. There's a couple names floating around, the Dual Flex, and there is another one we'll go over, but let's check out this video that's loading. So it looks like there isn't really a camera right now, possibly isn't a fingerprint reader. We can't really see the back too well. And let's just refresh this video. Ooh, technical difficulties, please bear with me. So here we go again. So we get some nice little music, and it looks like they're using their Xiaomi software, and it's all optimized, it looks like. And they're scrolling through some video, and we get to see them actually using different apps and stuff. So it looks like it's a full product. And then we see it actually fold at around right there. We just missed it, 22 seconds. It folds not once, but twice. So both sides fold in on the tablet, making it into a phone experience. And also you'll be able to see in just a second, the actual back of the phone is also still lit up, so other people could see what you're doing. So they may have an option to disable that, or just to look really cool, because I mean, a screen on both sides, you look pretty cool in public, I have to say. So probably see some software stuff for that to turn that off possibly, but pretty interesting. And he also demonstrates one-handedness with a tablet-sized phone, flips it around, presses the button. He seems to be doing pretty good with a one-handed design. So pretty cool stuff. There's it folding again. And we get some other different little details kind of. We also get some names. So they actually mentioned in the post that it's not quite ready yet, but they conquered a series of technical problems, including flexible folding screen technology, flexible cover technology, and MIUI adaptation. So I believe that's the software. So it'd also be cool if it folded the other way to actually protect the screen, but we're probably not going to see that, just an idea. So Xiaomi will apparently consider making a mass production machine in the future. And we also have the couple names, the Xiaomi Dual Flex and the Mi Mix Flex. So these are Binlin's top ideas at the moment. So really cool folding phone. Hopefully we get it soon. And we also have Lenovo with a patent for a folding tablet kind of style screen. And it's just another entry into the market of another brand trying to jump in. We also had other ones like Samsung F is supposed to be releasing within the next couple weeks, and Royal Flex Pi is already available in China, and there's a couple others, I can't remember the names right now, but we have everyone jumping into folding screen technology because it's pretty much coming. Next up, we have other smartphone news with Meizu Zero, which is the first smartphone to have no physical buttons or charging ports. So if you didn't like a headphone jack, well, now you don't have a charging USB-C port either, along with a power button, I guess. So basically it's going to charge with wireless charging, and it's going to be, I believe the highest right now is 18 watts. So this is going to be the highest wireless charging. So it also won't have speakers, it won't have volume buttons. The speakers will be it'll vibrate the screen, basically transmitting the sound, in a piezoelectric transducer under the display to actually transmit sound. M-Sound 2.0 they're calling it. And so the buttons for the volume and stuff will actually be on screen through software basically. And then the super eminent charge wireless is 18 watts of wireless charging, so super fast. I believe the others are around under 10 watts. I can't quite remember Google or Apple's and the others. So there is no USB-C charging port or connection port, so you'll have to transfer stuff over Wi-Fi and mobile networks, as well as an eSIM, electronic SIM, placing the SIM card. So there's literally no way to get inside the phone for water, which makes it IP68 certified. We were kind of hoping for IP69, but 68 is okay, I guess. So this is going to have a 5.996-inch screen, and it's going to have a front 20 megapixel selfie camera with a rear 12 and a 20 megapixel lens. And then it's only going to have a Snapdragon 845, which is still a good processor when I say only, but it's going to have the last gen Snapdragon for that. And we don't have a release date, but we'll probably hear more about this in Mobile World Congress. So a small little chin at the top and bottom with a little camera. So there is that no button phone. And we also have the Apex from Vivo. This is a 2019 concept with the same idea, no buttons, no power button, no volume rockers, also no USB-C again. And they're also getting rid of the front camera. So again, they're going to have a front camera on the other one for Meizu, and this one won't. So they'll still have a tiny little chin at the bottom, but there'll be a little bit more screen area at the top. And this one will have 2 cameras on the back. And we don't know too much about this one, but again, we're expecting Thursday in China for this one to be fully revealed. So we'll get news on those 2 phones coming up even more. And next up we have Mobile World Congress. LG is teasing basically a motion gesture style thing with their new ThinQ we're kind of expecting for the G8. So there's going to be some swiping gestures, swiping away, and different cool stuff, hopefully from LG at Mobile World Congress. But we'll have to wait and see. You tease LG Mobile Global. And that leads us into Flexgate from Apple, what everyone's been waiting for. And we haven't really been waiting for it. But basically there's 2 different things here for the actual, when you're opening up the monitor screen for the MacBook Pro, this is the stage lighting effect that we're seeing, and the connectors for the actual monitor are being stretched in a way, and it produces over time, it's a wear and tear effect. So this is between 2016 and 18 MacBook Pros. So over time this develops, and the connectors do this little stage lighting effect because it's being disconnected, kind of eroded or whatever. And also once you reach a certain point, the actual LCD panel will actually go black. So that is the stage light / Flexgate, some people are calling it, which is this website, appleissues.net. You can check it out. And they detail some of the actual issues, and we get to see what they're actually pointing at with the iFixit guide, ifixit.org. And here are the actual 2 connectors inside, and this is the monitor up here would be connecting to. So these are being stretched pretty far, kind of in a way. And this display cables in question loosely wrapped around the display controller board. The cables are pulled taut as the display is open, causing them to tear over time. So that is what the issue is right now. And basically this could have been fixed in previous models for $6 by replacing the cables, it looks like. But in the newest version, 2016 to 18 apparently, the connectors are integrated into the actual monitor themselves. So it's going to have to replace the monitor as well with a connector. So $600 for that disaster. And again, that also won't solve the issue because the connectors are also going to have the same issues. So we'll see what happens with this. There is a little petition if you want to get super involved, I guess, on the site, appleissues.net. So pretty crazy there. And that is Apple Flexgate, if you were super interested. And we also have what is a AMD CPU core. This is in court right now, class action lawsuit. Looks like it's going on. And basically we get to find out if juries believe the AMD claims what 8 cores the FX processors are going to be claiming, basically. So the so-called 8-core chips contain 4 bulldozer modules. The lawsuit notes that these subprocessors each contain a pair of instruction executing CPU cores. So 4 modules, 2 CPU cores equals 8. So that is what AMD is basically claiming, and this looks like it's going on since 2015. So this is when the plaintiffs who sued back in 2015 started the case. And here are the CPUs in question that are supposedly 8 cores, the claim is claiming. And then skipping a bunch of actual really important details, we get a little voting question that you can basically vote yourself. So what is a processor core? You can choose a full independent, full featured processor unit, or another option, and then God knows. Let's see where this lawsuit ends up. And the results for that are winning with a full independent, fully featured processing unit. So go vote for yourself, and we'll see where this case goes on February 15th. I believe they start outlining some more court dates, February 5th, and then we'll have to see what actually happens with this. But what is a CPU core to you is the question. And then there's another one from Tom's Hardware. They discuss it a little bit more. And we also have AMD Matisse CPUs get up to 50-100 megahertz DDR4 in the AIDA 64 benchmark. What? So basically what we have here is the beta version that is now triable. And basically we see two different informations from these patch note style stuff. Physical CPU information for AMD Matisse, and we get to see up to 5700 and 5800 megahertz memory module support basically. So we'll be able to identify that. And you ask, why do we need those speeds? Obviously because HyperX is already pushing the limit with 5608 megahertz speed, a overclocking world record. This was just about a day ago. These memory modules aren't actually out yet, apparently, and you'll need some liquid nitrogen to run these, but it's there now, and it's possible in AIDA 64, apparently. So we get to see just some more AMD Ryzen 3000 stuff being confirmed. It's coming in a couple months, we're all expecting. So get hyped for AMD, I would have to say. And a little bit more memory-wise news, we get a Anantech review of double height memory modules. So not just 16 gigabytes, these are 32 gigabyte modules from G.Skill and Zadak, and they have been reviewed, and you can check out all the little details. But if you're into small form factors and you've always wanted 64 gigabytes, you can try out these double height memory modules with twice the memory, and it looks like twice the height too. So you have to be careful about different CPU coolers that you want to add for your computer for cooling wise, but some liquid coolers look pretty good right there. So that is your plethora of tech news today. And we have Lulu saying folding phones are dark magic. Some of them are going to be, with how screens and stuff bend. And with that, we will have an episode later today at 3 p.m. Pacific and another one tomorrow at noon Pacific, because there's so much news going on right now. We need it. With that, we will be signing off. Pew, 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 pew.